Are you someone who struggles with the green-eyed monster? Why is it called the green-eyed monster? And is this really what you're struggling with? I'm going to answer some of these questions today. I'm going to talk about jealousy and envy. They're considered negative emotions. And green with envy. Why is it equated to the color green? Isn't green about growth and being alive and renewal and all of that? Well, they're both connected to green because back in the day, when people were sick, they kind of had a green shade to the skin. And so it's kind of equated with being sick. And if you've struggled with either one of these, you definitely can make yourself sick. So I want to talk about the difference between the two. They are not the same emotion. Envy is that emotion you feel when you want what somebody else has got. Jealousy is when you feel threatened about something you're going to lose. And they're completely different. They get confused. People talk about, I'm jealous, and what they're really feeling is envy. And envy is, I like to describe it as when you compare yourself and you want what that person has. I know that there was a house on the corner around from here, and I passed it every time I left my neighborhood. And it was for sale and it sold. And the people that bought it started working on it. And they did the most beautiful landscaping. And I was envious. I wanted that landscaping. I wanted to do some of that to the front of my house. That's envy. Now, jealousy is maybe when somebody pays too much attention to my husband, another female, and then I'll get jealous. You can feel these two things together. Like, I noticed the beautiful woman, and I'm envious because she's tall and slender, beautiful. Then she walks over and starts flirting with my husband. Then I'm both. I'm jealous and I'm envious, both. So these two emotions, people interchange them, and yet they're real different. I certainly dealt with envy because I had low self-esteem and I compared myself to others and I wanted what they had, and I know that this is talked about in the Bible, in the Ten Commandments. It says, don't covet your neighbor's wife. Well, I wonder if that covers don't covet their house and their car and their clothes. And so many times you compare how you feel on the inside with the way somebody looks on the outside. And I was certainly guilty of that. And I was real insecure. And so I felt threatened anytime another woman paid too much attention to my husband, or he, vice versa. I would get jealous. And I had to work on those things within me to tone some of these down. I didn't even know it was envy that I felt. Felt like somebody had it better off than me, and I was envious. Now I want to turn these two things around. And how do you use these in personal development? Well, if you're envious, you become aware of what you want. If you're envious of somebody else, then you might want what they have. I wanted that. I want that nice landscaped front yard, so I'm envious of that. So I can go after that. Or someone else's success. Success can be the two-edged sword too. You can be envious of somebody else's success, and if you're in the same niche or the same business, you're going to be afraid they're going to take your clients. And so you feel both. Jealousy just gives you a clue about what's important to you. What is important? And if you feel threatened and jealous, then that's important to you. You know, that person or those friends or those clients. And so you treat them in a manner that you would want to be treated. You work on your insecurity so that this doesn't rear its head so often. And then envy gives you an idea of things that you want. Of course, you can be envious of things that you'll never get. I will never be any taller. That's just a fact. I won't. And yet, you know, a tall, slender woman I can appreciate today because I worked on my self-esteem. I can appreciate another woman's beauty. I can appreciate someone else's success. Now, I might want that, and I have certainly done this. I learned how to channel envy to get what you want. And I'm start a YouTube channel. Find out how much envy you have. You know, you work hard and you get subscribers, and it's slow, organic growth. And then you see, you know, I got monetized in 8 weeks. I got monetized in 3 months. And you look at their videos and you think, well, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And then you're envious. So I just wanted to do a little short video about these two emotions and how they can help you in your personal development to know the things that you really want in your life or that are really important in your life. So this is just some food for thought, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Oh, and remember, be you on purpose. There's somebody envious of you and jealous of you.